Hello everyone and welcome to the UA Classroom. The summer season is about a lot of things: getting eaten alive by bugs, mentally regressing as the sun melts your mind, and just plain old fun. And everyone on YouTube knows that there's nothing more fun than ranking things.
This is unbelievable.
This is how science will react to my ability to rank things. My Hero Academia Season 7 just started airing this May, and it feels pretty crazy to see this series that kinda got me into anime, please don't beat me up, approach the double-digit season mark. A long time ago, I made my first video to ever get to 100 views, where I ranked every arc of My Hero Academia, the anime at least. And now that Season 7 has begun, I noticed that people are starting to watch that ancient relic of the writing runner, so I wanted to give y'all a squeaky clean version I can actually be proud of to enjoy with the new season. We've got 17 arcs to cover, so I think we better just get right into it.
Hey! Wake up! Hey! Thought we lost you there!
The Endeavor Agency arc absolutely bombs the #1 heroes ranking, coming in with a perfect dead last for a few reasons. It's a training arc that comes after what is also kinda a training arc, and definitely not an arc that you need a breather from. This is, however, an anime exclusive issue. In the manga, Endeavor Agency comes after the Meta Liberation War arc, and not just for fun either, because it fucking has to. While one half of Endeavor Agency is built on the training arc between Deku, Bakugo, and Shoto, the other half is built on the aftermath of Shigaraki becoming the new head of the Paranormal Liberation Army, which we have not seen yet, meaning that this arc becomes a whole lot of not great training scenes, an investigation led by Hawks about events that we haven't seen yet, and a lot of flashback. Like, a lot. But like the anime, I would really like to move on to more interesting things. This one might be a little controversial, but so is being the hero killer, so I'm still feeling pretty good. There are a few My Hero pillars that I need for it to be firing on all cylinders. In no particular order, My Hero needs its huge cast, the great designs and color palette, and humor. So, a deadly serious arc for My Hero at least, with very few characters for My Hero at least, that almost entirely takes place in a dark alley, isn't exactly my thing. But every My Hero arc has stuff that I like. Even Endeavor Agency arc has some really cool designs. Versus Hero Killer has great action, and I like how it confronts and forces Ida to grow as a hero, getting even closer to being Ingenium. Most arcs that get built upon later will make them better for me, but how much I love Stain's short appearance later on actually makes me like this one less. Moving on.
You and I are a team.
Don't feed me any more lines from Monsters, Inc. It pisses me off.
My Hero Academia Team Up Missions Volume 2 is everything I wanted Volume 1 to be. We got Du Bois making soba, a little trip to an amusement park, and we even see a little bit of Hagakure's face. The art by Yoko Akiyama is very close to Horikoshi's style, but definitely has a cuter look to it, which really works for a filler book. If you want to hear me talk about more My Hero filler, give me money. Which is to say that I now have a memberships tier with exclusive videos.
Let's go home and try this when we can.
The USJ arc is one of the biggest turning points in the series, being the first true confrontation between our protagonists and antagonists. A well-worn battle anime trope, but what really makes it work is how quickly it comes in the show's runtime. While older shonen could take a bit longer to get to these key moments, especially in their anime counterparts, My Hero Academia doesn't dick around. Except for when they do, and I love it. The USJ arc begins only 9 episodes into the series and has a few standout moments. Most importantly, us as the audience really getting to see why All Might is the #1 hero and just how much Deku has to live up to. The only places this arc really falls down for me are the moments with the rest of Class 1A. They range from pretty cool to pretty funny, but none of them even come close to the highs we're about to reach. But what I really love about this series is that even though I think that this is the third worst arc in it, it's still really solid shonen action. Say it with me, y'all. Different arcs have different purposes.
3 months detention. Wait a minute, Bart. Make that 4 months detention.
I've seen the remedial course arc, better known as, wait, that wasn't filler, land at the bottom of a lot of these lists, and you know, different strokes for different strokers, but hold on. I know that this arc doesn't change the status quo of the series or give us new fights to make an AMV to, but come on. Like, if you went to a restaurant and said, "These fries are the worst thing on the menu. I ordered them and didn't even feel full after." Yeah, no shit, man, it's one plate of fries. I think you have to meet art where it's coming at you from. Judge it by what it is trying to do versus what you wish it was trying to do. And all that to say, yeah, this is a really fun little mini arc. Bakugo and Todoroki were benched from the extremely stressful fight the hero community just had with quirked up Tony Soprano, so seeing them run the babysitting club is a nice little, like, vacation. I hope that that's actually, like, about babysitting and not child murder. Why do all those kid murder books have such beautiful titles? The Lovely Bones should be called The Lovely Cry Yourself to Sleep. Mark Wahlberg's in this? What this arc does really fantastically is give us quiet moments of character reflection. Endeavor speaking with Toshinori, and even more importantly, Bakugo talking to who is almost a younger version of himself, if he were mixed with Ben Shapiro. I've got 13 of these left. The first few arcs of My Hero are pretty solid, but I hate the way that Shonen Jump breaks them up, so everything before USJ, that is one arc, not 3, what the hell? My Hero gets off to a really strong start. While the focus is primarily on setting up the dynamic between Deku and Bakugo, no one is out of character for how they appear later in the series, which I really admire. Your first big moment is really important in a series, so it's really great that the entrance exam has a few of them that it does really well. As My Hero has gone on, it's become a bit less about a hero school and more about a hero world which is having its asshole ripped out through its teeth. So looking back, I really enjoy the final exams arc. There's the cozy side of lots of humor and moments for the rest of Class 1A, like a surprising one for Mineta, and Momo Yaoyorozu, closet chaperone enjoyer, putting together a really engaging plan with Todoroki and getting her groove back. But the highlight of the arc, unsurprisingly, is the match between Deku, Bakugo, and All Might, with Bakugo's sheer anger towards Midoriya reaching a boiling point.
For you to win in a fight against him! I don't want to hear another word.
Now, me personally, I wouldn't take that. Man, All Might getting to beat the dog out of these two has to be really cathartic.
Nothing to worry about. Scalpel?
What if the joint were in somebody else's hand, like your surgeon, your lawyer, or your local policeman? Would you still say marijuana is harmless?
Get it? Joint training? Eh? This one and the next one flip-flopped around a lot. Bro is waffling, totally waffling. But the joint training event between classes 1A and 1B is incredibly fun and a long time coming. All the way back since the sports festival, I wanted to see every member of 1B in action, and that's exactly what this gives us. One of Horikoshi's biggest strengths as a shonen writer and artist is his talent for making instantly iconic side characters and giving them moments that live up to that. We get to see students we've already met grow, like Mudman, Tetsu, but the real guest stars of the show are Shinso and Monoma. Phantom Thief and Undecided both play really incredible mind games which made the confusing and labyrinthine setting actually grow on me. Plus, between Ida hitting 10 minutes, Black Whip coming out, happy Pride Month by the way, and Team Bakugo's perfect win, there's more than enough action to keep my smooth brain entertained.
The license to drive? You know, I'd like to see some competency exhibited by people before they drive.
The Provisional Hero License exam, despite a couple big windy flaws, is an arc I look back on really fondly. All Might's reign as the #1 hero has just ended, and we're on to the Rise of Villains saga, but this is a very chipper arc compared to where the series goes. With Bakugo back from his forced field trip, UA has implemented the dorm system, leading to one of my favorite comfort episodes in all of anime. The whole arc is about Class 1A coming back together as a team, one that's growing more into a trauma-bonded little family. And Horikoshi really makes you believe that UA High's Class 1A is truly built different.
Real heroes could turn this situation around. Besides, if they become pros, they'll face villains who already know their quirks. Perhaps at UA, we look a little further ahead than other schools.
And it ends with Bakugo and Deku's second fight, which might be my favorite scene in the entire series. Hey, go check out my video that's kinda about that. The only issues I have with it are the kinda boring rescue half, and Winguy really blows.
No! Midoriya!
Okay, over halfway done. Over halfway done. Man, it's just not the same without the nipple.
What the heck are those two doing in a tree?
The School Festival arc is a famously controversial one in the My Hero community, but I also wish to become famously controversial in the My Hero community, so it's either this or murdering Kohei Horikoshi. While all of our students want to become heroes, obviously, I think it's a really good idea to give the students different things that they almost care about more than being a hero, that for Jiro being music. The humor is incredible, and it has some of the most pure heart of any arc. Every once in a while, we need a cutesy little arc to clear out the power scalers. The only part I really don't care for is Gentle Criminal and La Brava. Maybe it's Gentle's shaboing boing powers. Maybe it's I just don't believe Horikoshi would make Eri miss out on the concert with what just happened to her. But either way, it really doesn't do too much to bring down this really cute arc, and I need them to animate Class 1B's perfectly legal performance.
The penalty for Argy-Bargy is being sent off to war.
The Meta Liberation War arc, or My Villain Academia, is one of the most famous arcs in all of My Hero. One that pretty much entirely focuses on the recurring antagonists of the series so far, the League of Villains. And while the League may be one of the most popular aspects of My Hero stateside, in Japan they're actually significantly less popular, meaning this arc was even riskier than it already seems. This and the next arc I'll be covering have the widest scope in the series, which I think Horikoshi pulls off decently well. My Villain Academia has a lot of neat terrorist activity, especially in the world building department, but my favorite aspect is how it treats Shigaraki. While his biggest moment in the arc is undoubtedly his man-whore power level increasing, I like how it portrays and evolves his relationship with the whole League. Ending really awesome with them becoming goddamn lieutenants in a whole villain army? Man, things are looking good for the League of Villains.
The team doctor seeing to him there, and yes, it's shell shock. But that's nothing a quick bout of war won't fix.
Man, things are looking bad for the League of Villains. The overall issue that the Paranormal Liberation War arc has, like its spiritual brother, is that the scope is just a little too wide. My Hero Academia, to me, has always been about Deku, Bakugo, and All Might, but almost as importantly, all of Class 1A. So many of the best moments of the series that we still have to get to have our class not only working together, but even growing apart. So while there are individual fantastic character moments on both sides of this war arc, Twice is still one of the most well-written characters, and there are some inspiring moments with Class 1A, but a much higher quantity of heart-shattering ones.
Wake up! Miss Midnight, please!
Man, things are looking bad for everyone?
You know you want in on this, ma'am.
Little fatty tune, little yellow tea, Cali roll, samurai snack. So scrummy.
The Pro Hero arc, or the first appearance of the high-end Nomu, is one of the most effective arcs in the series. It's only 3 episodes, but is just pitch perfect at what it's trying to do. It establishes a new status quo for the world, with Endeavor officially being the #1 hero, and immediately getting a chance to prove why.
Thanks. Say, are you guys crooks?
But,
The Shie Hasaikai arc is one of the longest in My Hero, but for good reason. It has a lot of great world building to establish, and we basically have a new protagonist. Lemillion is another one of the most well-written characters in My Hero. Even if I don't love the way he's used now, nothing can make this shit not awesome. I really love how this arc fills out the universe with the introduction of more organized crime to the audience. And Shie Hasaikai is just so fun to say. Like, ooh, Shie Hasaikai. This arc gives us a whole new world of villains to despise, and new heroes as well that I couldn't imagine the show without now. Plus, ending off with one of the most impressively animated action scenes in the entire series, this arc is really, really good.
No, but who's the guy that's peeking out behind the trash can?
Fuck, it's Vigilante. He's trying to be helpful.
The Vigilante Deku arc, also known as the Dark Hero arc, Raw, was a big deal for me. I think since around season 4, My Hero had been losing momentum just a little bit, but this arc, oh, this arc is good. Of my 3 pillars of My Hero, this one pretty much hits on all of them incredibly. It's surprisingly funny, uses the cast incredibly well, and while it may not be as colorful as usual, the darker color palette and rain-soaked designs really work. I was already excited for this arc when I thought it was just a Vigilante Deku story, but between that, the incredible stuff between Toshinori and Stain, and especially the Tartarus prison break, man, this arc is good. Have I said that yet? It's really good. The action is also on another level. Class 1A using the skills we've seen them build up over the years and seasons, all to save their friend, is incredibly touching. Plus, the sheer momentum of the Lady Nagant fight is unbelievable, really elevating it from the technically motionless fight in the manga, and when it gets adapted into 4D, we'll even be able to know just how stinky Deku is.
And I found something for Millhouse down at the mall, too. A pup tent.
Oh boy, now I can sleep out in the yard.
Yeah, every single night.
Final 3, baby. I have a little toy baby in my hand. I don't have 3 of them, so I don't know. Yeah. Abortion. Man, the Forest Raid arc. The kidnapping of Bakugo led by the League of Villains is one of my favorite plot points in the series, and it kicks off incredibly here. The beginning of the arc is some really awesome training, a shonen classic. I love how My Hero treats the quirks like real physical abilities, and this really shows that off. And once the sun goes down, we get treated to some incredible action from the one-hit wonder League of Villains Vanguard Action Squad. And Deku's fight against Muscular is, to that point in the series, one of the absolute best.
It just might be the next best thing.
My Hero Academia's Sports Festival arc is one of the most pure fun pieces of shonen storytelling out there. There are serious moments mixed in with the fun, so if you're already into the series, this arc hits harder than Ronald Reagan Contra crack hit the 80s. The color palette is gorgeous, the characters all progress in really impressive ways, and it still has some of the most innovative and creative action scenes in the series. I love the more out there and quirky use of the students' powers in the cavalry battle. But the tournament fight between Bakugo and Uraraka is still one of my favorite action scenes that doesn't have Deku and Shigaraki, and that's before getting to Bakugo Todoroki. The sports festival sets up a crazy amount of character arcs, dynamics, and is simply one of the most rewatchable stretches of anime I have ever seen, but is just barely beaten out by one of the most emotionally resonant, effective pieces of shonen storytelling the world has ever been treated to. Guys, this is the good shit. The Hideout Raid arc, better known as All Might vs. All for One, is, in my opinion, the best thing to ever come out of My Hero Academia. It's the perfect conclusion to the Bakugo kidnapping fanfiction I had already been writing, and an incredible way to wrap up the first part of this story. Deku and the Vanguard Action Squad of Class 1A saving Bakugo instead of All Might doing it is a really important growth point for the series and our characters. And the quirked up cherry on top, the climactic fight between All Might and All for One, it makes me cheer, it makes me cry, this arc is perfect, and the best thing in My Hero Academia. I have a ton of My Hero videos, but I did recently make a video on the Hideout Raid arc you should check out, so please watch that, but be sure to tell me in the comments what your favorite arc is, what you think of the new season, and that you love me. That's the video for this week, y'all. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching that video. If you made it to this point, a special double thank you as always. My thing for my collection is resting on my leg and it almost fell when I did that. Yeah, I had a really good time making this video. I love ranking things. It's so fun, and they're so nice to write, because, like, they take a while a lot of the time, because, like, it, just for me at least, it always, like, I always have more to say than I think I do, but, like, it's just a bunch of, like, little, like, mini reviews, so, like, it's a pretty good time to write. But what I have to show off for my collection is, I think I've shown him off before, like, when I got him, but this little desk buddy Bakugo, I'll get the light right on him there. He is just so cute. He lives over on my desk. What you can also do is you can put him in ape mode, like this. My girlfriend and I have been watching the Planet of the Apes movies as of late, the, like, reboot ones, because she had never seen them, and I love those movies, and I have not seen them in a very long time. So, yeah. He would be Koba. Yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.